Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are back with another exciting video. Today we will have a detailed look on one of the company whose IPO is going to launch on 9th November 2022. Today we will have a detailed look on Archean Chemical Industries Limited. So we will have a detailed look about the company's business, fundamental key highlights, balance sheet, PL account and many more. So stay tuned. So at first we have a look on the IPO details of the company. So the minimum investment is 13,896 for 36 shares. The bidding date starts on 9th November and ends on 11th November 2022. The price range is between 386 rupees to 407 rupees. The issue size is 1462 crores and the lot size is around 36 shares. So this is the overall IPO details of the company. Now we will have a look on the important dates of the company. So the opening date of the IPO is on 9th November 2022. The closing date is on 11th November 2022. The basic of allotment will be on 16th November 2022 and the refund is around 17th November 2022. The shares will be credited to your bank account on 18th November 2022 and the listing date is around 21st November 2022. Now we will have a look on the objectives of the issue of IPO. So the selling shareholder will be entitled to their respective proportions of the proceeds of the offer for sale. The main reason for this is the first one for the redemptions or early redemptions in full or part of NCDs issued by the company, and the second one is general corporate purpose, which may include anything in the business. So now we will have a look about the company. So the company is the India's largest exporter of bromine and industrial salt in financial year 2021. The company has a leading specialty marine chemical manufacturing in India and is focused on producing and exporting bromine industrial salt and phosphates of potash to customers around the world. Now let's have a detailed look about the products of the company. So the first one is bromine. So it is recovered from soluble salt found in seawater, salt water and on other resources. So the bromine is produced from bream around the separation of the most of the sodium, chloride and potash. The second one is industrial salt. It has a high demand due to the diversity of applications in the oil and gas industry, design chemical industry and coal alkali industry. The third one is sulfate of potash. It is high-end specialty fertilizer for chlorine-sensitive crops and also have medical uses to reduce the plasma concentrated of potassiums when hypokalemia occurs. They are the only manufacturers of sulfate of potash from nature Sebring in India. So this is the overall product details of the company. Now let's have a look on the revenue breakdown of the company. So from marine in chemical salt, the company gets around 45.37% of its revenue in financial year 2022, whereas in financial year 2021 it was around 49.1%. The bromine is around 53.54% in financial year 2022, whereas it was around 46.49% of revenue in financial year 2021. The sulfates of potash was around 1.01% in financial year 2022 and which was around 4.4% approximately on financial year 2021. Similarly, other chemicals was around 0.08% in financial year 2022, whereas it was around 0.01% in financial year 2021. So this is the overall breakdown of the product revenue. Now let's have a look on the company's quarterly result. So in quarterly result, the operating profit on March 2022 it was around 160 crores, whereas in June 2022 it is almost around 161 crores. The sales of the company has increases over time. That is on March 2022 it was around 373 crores, whereas in June 2022 it's almost around 400 crores. The OPM, which is operating profit margin of the company, on March 2022 it was around 43%, whereas in June 2022 was around 40%. The net profit after deducting from tax and other expenses was 82 crores on March 2022, whereas it 85 crores on June 2022. The EPS, which is earning per share of the company, was around 8.5 rupees on March 2022 and it has increases a slightly bit to 8.8 rupees in June 2022. So this is the overall quarterly results of the company. Now let's have a look on the profit and loss account of the company. So we will just compare the company's profit and loss from financial year 2018 to financial year 2022. So the sales of the company on March 2018 was around 439 crores, whereas it increases over time and it's on March 2022 has a record of 1130 crores. The operating profit of the company on March 2018 was around 83 crores, whereas in March 2022 it was around 467 crores. The OPM, which is operating profit margin of the company, on March 2018 was around 19%, which has keep on growing and which is now on best position, which is around 41%, which is very high. The net profit, which come out after deducting the tax and other expenses, on March 2018 was around negative 79 crores, whereas it is now on positive 189 crores. The earning per share of the company on March 2018 was around negative 80 rupees, whereas it is around 20 rupees as on March 2022. So this is the overall profit and loss account of the company. Now let's have a look on the balance sheet of the company. So we have just marked the March 2022 so that it will be easier to you to understand with its all other dates. So we will just compare the March 2019 and March 2022. So in March 2019, the total assets was around 1260.5 crores, whereas it's around 1530 crores approximately on March 2022. The total revenue of the company has also increases over time. That is on March 2019 it was around 572 crores, whereas it's around 1142 crores on March 2022. Similarly, the profit after tax has increases over time, and the same thing it's going on over there. But you can see that in borrowings, the company has a borrowing of 772 crores on March 2019, whereas it is has increases over time and it goes up to 921.87 crores on March 2022. If you just compare with March 2020, it is actually just little bit goes down, but if you compare with 2019, it is very high in terms of borrowings. So this is the overall balance sheet of the company. Now let's have a look on the cash flow of the company. So the net cash flow comes out after adding operating activities from investing activities and financial activities. So on March 2018, it was around negative 48 crores, whereas sometime it's got a positive side as sometime it is on a negative side. But in March 2022, it was around negative 24 crores just because the company has invested a lots of money on purchasing machineries and land, which costing around more than 100 crores. And overall, there is also a financial investment which has been done. That's why you can see over there that is a negative 224 crores. And the company has also paid some of its long-term borrowings. So this is the overall cash flow of the company. Now let's have a look on the ratios of the company. So the first one is debtor day, which has been increases. As on March 2018, it was around 22 days, whereas in March 2022, it was almost around 49 days. So the debtors day ratios measure how quickly cash has been collected from debtors. And eventually we can see that in inventory day, the number has gone up, but on March 2021 and March 2022, there isn't any data available. So, but you see overall there is an increase a little bit. So inventory day ratio is the average time a company keeps its inventory before it is been sold. And the last one is cash conversion cycle, which has increases over time, and it means that the number of days that a company takes to convert its investment in inventory and other resources into cash flow from sales. So this is the overall ratios of the company. Even you can see the ROC, which is return on capital employed, has increases over time. That is on March 2019 it was around 3%, whereas it's gone up as on March 2022 it is almost around 39%, which is a good sign. So this is the ratio of the company. Now let's have a look on the pros and cons of the company. So in pros, the company has given a good return on equity in 3 years, which is around 98.5%, which is very high. And in cons, the debtors day has increases from 36.5 days to 49.4 days, as I have already told you in the ratios area. The second one is company's cost of borrowing seems higher. This topic has already been covered in the balance sheet area. So this is the overall pros and cons of the company. Now let's have a look on the next sheet, that is the holding of the company. So let's see how much holding does the promoter hold. So the promoter holds 65.58% of holdings before the IPO was announced, and after the IPO will be over, the promoters will be having 53.41% of holdings in this company. So this is the overall holdings of the company. Now let's have a look on the strength and weakness of the company, which is the last topic to be mentioned. So in strength, the company is a leading market position, expanding and growth in bromine and industrial salt, high entry barrier in the specialty marine chemical industry, established infrastructure and integrated productions with cost efficiencies, focus on environment and safety, Indian exporter of bromine and industrial salt with a global customer base, strong and consistent financial positions, and eventually an experienced management teams, promoters and financial investors and shareholders. This is the overall strength of the company. Now let's have a look on the weakness of the company or the risk which is involved in this IPO. The first risk is any slowdown or shutdown in the manufacturing operation can result in the overall balance sheet of the company and also for the employees of the company, and inability to employ with repayment and other convent to the financial agreement. The third one is exposure to regularity and other geographic specific risks such as weather and natural occurrence, as well as regulatory, economic, dynamic and other changes in Gujarat, since its manufacturing facility is located in Gujarat. The another one is exchange rate fluctuations and sustainable reliance on three major products for profit. And the last one is the long-term agreement with suppliers for its raw material. There is a lack in this particular area. And the last one is the lack of long-term agreement with suppliers for its raw material. So this is the overall risk and reward of the company. Now my own view about this company. So I'm actually applying for this IPO just because the financials are looking good, and eventually the company has a good entry barrier in the marine chemical industry, as we have already seen on the strength area. So I am actually preferring this stock. And so tell me whether you are applying for this IPO on the comment section, and I will be really interested to see what's going on in the comment section. So thank you so much for spending some time with us. We will back with another topic. Till then, bye and have a nice day. And if you have not subscribed till now, then what you are waiting for? If you are new to my channel, don't forget to like and subscribe the channel and share with your friends and family. And bye bye.